Hey YouTube, it's Erica from Living Life in Rural, Iowa, and I, I did, I'm starting out this video not sure which direction I'm going, but I want to talk about prepping in today's climate for stuff happening, as well as, is prepping dead? Is prepping and is prepping going away, not becoming fashionable anymore? I'm going to try to cover all of those. This might seem a little bit like rambling, maybe occasional rant, but I wrote a blog post, and I will try to remember to link it down below, about is prepping dead, is what it's called. And I wrote it after the election because at the time there was a lot of articles saying people were not prepping anymore because the lady who shall not be named did not make it into office, and people had more confidence in Trump and our country going back to its roots. And I understand the confidence that people had in him versus the insecurity and doubt they had if she became president, because I felt that. I felt if she became president, we were in for a world of hurt. There were many things I saw with her happening that I was not secure in. And even though I've been a prepper for over 10 years, her becoming president kind of ramped up my efforts a little bit. And after Trump became president, I scaled back a little bit, but it wasn't because he became president. I still was prepping, but I was more going through stuff because what we used at home now versus even 5 years ago has changed. Our food needs have changed. Our life has changed. The amount of people I need to prep for has changed. And I need to sit back and reevaluate what we had, what we needed to do for projects, what we needed to think about, and that contributed to my slowdown. But I didn't view it as a slowdown. I viewed it as a stop and reassess. And I think in prepping you need to do that. Sometimes you need to stop buying stuff, stop the constant accumulation, and just slow down a little and say, hey, I need to reassess where we're at. I need to know what we are doing, what we have, what's going on. If something did happen, who would all be coming to this house? And that really made me pause a little bit. I have started back up now. We've used up a fair amount of food. I actually have food that, because of our current diets, I need to, find a new home for, because we cannot have rice anymore. I'm trying to go into a low carb diet. Rob is actually a diabetic, and so I've had to reassess what we are doing, on top of the fact that I have a daughter who's lactose intolerant, and thankfully my son is doing good, but I have one daughter who's engaged and expecting. What do we need to have on hand for that? What do they need to have on hand in their apartment? And he's got they both have pretty good heads on their shoulders as to being prepared and seeing what's coming, but there's sometimes where I just worry. And then I have another daughter who lives with her boyfriend in an apartment, and I don't have no doubt she could take care of herself. But, you know, I need to think of prepping in terms of the fact that he's got a peanut allergy. And, you know, if they show up, what do we need to do that way? So, you know, there's all sorts of different considerations. And eventually the whole thing just made me went, whoa, where are we at? And I can't even tell you if I know where we're really at, but I have started back buying things again. And when I get my tax refund, I will probably do some major restocking and overstocking if I can. And you know, we're gonna do our best. We also have a vehicle situation we need to address, and so I have to think about that too. But you know, it just, you know, I don't think prepping's dead. You hear about more people prepping now because they don't like Trump. Well, good for them. That got them motivated. That got them doing something. I know there's a lot of people slamming that, but you know, all of us started prepping because of something. You know, we either grew up with parents that were preppers, or we had something happen in our lives that said, oh, we need to get started. We have something that motivated us. And if our current political situation is what gets them started, more power to them. Great. At least they're starting. That'll be one less person, I think, knocking on my door going, hey, do you have something to give us to eat? We're hungry. Because, yeah, that's a whole nother YouTube video. So, you know, that's my current views right now. I don't think prepping's dead. I do think, you know, for someone who's been prepping as long as I have, and I know there's people who have been prepping for a whole lot longer, you do kind of have to take breaks once in a while and, like I said, stop and reassess. You know, back up and say, where am I at? What do I need now? What do I need to stock versus what I have? You know, and keep going. So let me know down below if you've had to take a break from prepping and what you did about it. Do you think prepping's dead? Do you think it can be more than what it is? And you know, I'd like to keep the politics out of this if I can. I really don't care. Let me emphasize that. Don't care who you voted for. If you voted, I'm very happy for you, because it's our given right as a U.S. citizen to be a voter. So if you voted, great. I don't care who you voted for. I don't care what you think if Trump, because Trump is president versus if the woman that shall be not named is president. I'm just glad you voted. So just keep the politics out of it, because I can talk a good game, but I prefer not to. So if you like this video, click the thumbs up. If you like what you're hearing, you like this channel, please subscribe. And y'all have a great day, and I will talk to you soon. Thanks. Bye.